So I have this problem that I've been trying to deal with recently, and it is that I have so many tabletop RPG books in PDF form. Um, I have hundreds, maybe 1,000 PDFs from all sorts of different websites and publishers. They're coming from all these different places, and it's beginning to be a hassle to keep track of what I have, to organize things. I've done a folder on my computer that's just, these are just game books, but you can't really, on the computer, it's not really easy to browse in your file browser. I've tried Google Drive to organize things, that's a little bit better. The problem I kept running into is that ever since the Amazon Kindle came out, anybody who has a large amount of books on their computer, they probably use Kindle or another software similar to that. And so there isn't really a modern software out there to organize books in a way that's easy to read and navigate. And so I found Caliber and or Calibri maybe, um, and this is a software. It is updated regularly, so it has been updated really recently, actually. But it seems to be that it's been around for a long, long, long time, since before the days of Kindle. And that is really interesting to me because I'm not like all the people that are reading just books on Kindle. I have tons and tons of books that I want to organize, and I want to do so effectively. And this software has been like mind blowing to me. I need to dig into a lot of the features. I'm sure there's a lot I'm missing on it, but I will show you how I go about organizing my extensive library of RPG books. So I have Caliber pulled up, and as you can see, I've on the side here under series, I have a few systems already loaded in here. I have Hunter the Reckoning, I have Star Trek Adventures, Vampire the Masquerade, Warhammer Fantasy Role Playing, and Werewolf the Apocalypse. I've organized it so that the series is the system, and I can just click on any one of these and see all the books I have for one system, which is great. But what I really love about it is that you can add tags. So let's say I don't want to just look at Warhammer. Maybe I want to look for, what do I have for maps? Here's all the maps I have downloaded into the software so far. When I get to my Pathfinder collection, I'm going to have hundreds. I'm going to have a lot. Um, all right. So now let's say I want to play a Warhammer campaign, a Warhammer fantasy campaign, and I want to look up what I have for that. I can type in Warhammer campaign, and here are all my Warhammer campaign books. Let's say I want to play a Vampire the Masquerade scenario, just like a single adventure, or maybe a single session or a couple session adventure. I can type that in. Here's all my Vampire the Masquerade scenarios. So, as you can see, this is awesome. It lets me it lets me really drill down into what I have, and it's totally customizable for what I want to search for. You might have other options. You might add different tags, but I'm going to show you how I go about adding books to here. So I'm going to go back to my normal screen here. This is all the books I have loaded so far. Now I want to add books. So you just go to add books. I'm going to go to my downloads. I just downloaded a whole bunch of cyberpunk content. So these are all my cyberpunk books. I'm going to go ahead and import them. All right. Now I can select all of my cyberpunk books. I just use shift click to select all the new books that I have in here. And I'm going to right click, edit metadata. I'm going to say edit metadata in bulk. So this is going to let me do all these. So what I want to do for this is I'm going to add cyberpunk to the series. We're going to hit OK. So now when I come over here under my series, I can just select all my cyberpunk content. Now I want to drill down into it a little bit more. So I can edit metadata. So right click, edit metadata. All right, so I have cyberpunk. If you want to change the name up here to just say, it's all one word. Maybe I want to space it out. Cyberpunk Red or rulebook. And sometimes the PDFs aren't named properly too. You got to name them from some people. I had a problem with all the Hunter and Vampire Masquerade stuff was all just named just numbers. So if you change the title and you notice it's right over here, you can hit this little arrow right here. And that's just going to automatically put that over there. The next thing I want to do is I want to add tags to it. Now I've already added a whole bunch of tags, and I've added campaign, core rulebook, GM guide, maps, NPCs, pre-gen characters, scenarios, source books, different things. So for this is the core rulebook, so I'm going to add core rulebook. But I'm also going to add a new one. So there's a comma there, and now I can type in another tag. I'm going to type in Cyberpunk Red. And the reason why I'm adding this tag is because I also have Cyberpunk 2020 content on here. And they're two different systems, all under the Cyberpunk series. And they are somewhat intercompatible, but maybe I want to just drill down to Red, or maybe I want to just drill down into 2020 stuff. So I added that tag here as well. So core rulebook, Cyberpunk Red. Now I can hit OK. So now if I come up here, I can just search for core rulebooks. And these are all my core rulebooks. And as you see, Cyberpunk Red is here, and my core rulebooks for all these systems are right where I want to. All right, going back to Cyberpunk. I'm going to come into here, Night City. I'm going to edit the metadata. This is Cyberpunk. Now this is Cyberpunk 2020. I'm going to add that. And then this is also a source book. I've already added that tag. And if you look, you'll see that there's also going to be Cyberpunk Red, the tag I added last time. So it's just automatically going to add the tag to this drop-down menu, whatever tag you give it. So you can hit OK. I'm just going to go through all this. I'm going to drill down all the stuff that I want it to be. Edit metadata, Cyberpunk. This is a 2020. And this is also a source book. Okay. Edit metadata. This is 2020. And this is a referee's guide. So this is actually GM guide. I'm going to put that in the GM guide. And we continue on like that till eventually we have it all organized what we want. And what I've found is after doing a couple of things, I have gone back, or I want to go back and refresh some of the tags, add different tags, maybe drill down even more specifically. It is kind of complicated because some publishers don't use the same terms for scenarios. They might call them an adventure, and you could re-add those tags. You could add a one-shot tag, But this has been kind of life altering for me because now it's so easy that I can just click on this too, and I have it automatically to go to Adobe Acrobat, so I can just read through everything. This has its own built-in reader. I I haven't had great luck with it. Might just be me, um, but this has been super sick. So I prefer to read in um, Acrobat anyways. Although I should be getting rid of it. Maybe there's a better reader out there. You just set your default reader to whatever program you want. So that is it. That is just like a quick little um, way to organize all your content by the system, and you can add tags, and so you can find exactly what you want. Right? I need a Star Trek campaign. Here are my campaigns here. Cool stuff. So let's go on an adventure, you guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. If you want the Vampire Masquerade, so um, all the World of Darkness books, all these books are on Humble Bundle right now. If you're seeing this right when this comes out, as well as Call of Cthulhu is on Humble Bundle also. So I'm going to put a link down in the description for where to get all of these for a pretty decent price. And I hope you guys have a good one. We'll see ya.